So, speaking of toxins, that's a pretty heavy buzzword in the holistic space. What's your opinion on toxins there, John?
Toxins. It really is a big topic. I remember that I took this like course on toxins, and I came away after like the 3 or 4 days being like, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. What am I going to do? And there really is. I mean, there's 80,000 chemicals, man-made chemicals in the world, and like only a handful are ever tested for safety. So we do a really poor job, especially in the US, of like regulating things and using the precautionary principle. So what I like to focus on with people when I tell them is like you just want to focus on like the heavy things, like the big things that give you the biggest bang for your buck. So you don't have to worry about like you go out to a restaurant, like, oh, is there, is this water super clean? Or like, I'm like, just don't worry about that. Like, let's worry about the water you're drinking in your home. Like, let's make sure we have a good quality filter there. The air you're breathing in your house. Like, let's control that. Let's control what we can, what we're putting on our bodies. And then like beyond that, let's not worry about it. If you go on a trip and you forget to bring your super clean shampoo and all you can find is like Head and Shoulders, whatever, like that's fine for the time being. So yeah, I think you do what you can. You work with like the big things, and then beyond that, you just like you don't fret it because you can drive yourself absolutely crazy. And I think that stress is way more deleterious for most people than like the toxins everywhere.
What are a few of the big things?
Water filter is huge for me, and that's pretty much for everyone, whether it's well or municipal. Making sure, like I like a good RO system because it filters out everything as long as we're adding some minerals back in. Body products, I think, are really important. So anything that's really that you're putting on your skin is going to be important for sure because it's an organ. You're going to absorb what you put on there. I think food is an important one, but it depends on your like finances there because you can spend a ton of money depending on like organics and whatnot. But there are ways around it too, right? You can do like the dirty dozen and clean 15, and there's ways of mitigating your exposure to like pesticides and whatnot. I think part of the challenge is there because there isn't good testing for a lot of these things. We just don't know like which ones to prioritize. Like to some extent we do, but there's a lot of unknowns, and I think that makes it hard for us to say like with it definitively like, hey, we should really avoid this thing or that thing. But yeah, like air, good air filtration, good water filtration, being careful what you put in your body, and then obviously better quality food whenever you can, less pesticide residues and things like that. And then beyond that, it's all kind of like minuscule stuff that it's good if you can do it, if you have the bandwidth, you can afford it, it's fine. If not, don't sweat it.
We love our reverse osmosis water filter.
It's so good.
You go back to drinking regular water, and I don't care if it's well water or municipal. You go back to drinking that, you're like, oh God, this is terrible.
You can really tell a difference. And I think, yeah, when you do something like that, you're like, oh, okay, there is a difference. And like if you have a good quality, like you get like a Fiji water or something, like you can tell, like when you taste it, you're like, hey, this does taste better. And like your body knows, like you're we grew, we evolved to really trust our senses. And now we're like, nah, don't trust your senses. It's okay. Like municipal water is just fine. Trust us on this. Like, don't listen to your body, but your body knows.
Oh, your body does know. And we're so often taught to operate from cognitive, from our brain. And we're fed information and we're sort of conditioned to just accept it.
Yeah.
Right? New York, like I live in New York City. Well, the reputation is that water here is great. Like the best water, tap water is perfect.
Yep. Yep. And I'm like, all right, well, have you actually tested it and seen? Because that would
Yeah.
tell me a different story.